What is up, gang? Carlton Flowers here, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And today I'm going to give the first of the series that I'm going to be continuing for quite some time. It's going to be a report of the tokens on the Kaddex swap site. So I'm not just going to be reporting on what's happening with the KDX token, but I'm also going to be looking at all of the other new projects that are showing up on the DEX site. And then I would encourage anyone to comment and tell me about what you know on these individual projects if you want to share information, because there's not a lot of information outside of the Medium websites and Twitter posts about these different projects. And so first and foremost, we see that Kadena is at $1.56. Let's just jump over to TradingView for the Kadena chart, and then we'll come back to this real quick. We are above the red dash line. This is the line that if we close too many below that line, we're probably going to have a nice dip down towards $1. And we see that we bounced many times off of this line in support, then we failed it, and then it was resistance here, but then we popped back above, and I'm expecting that we're probably going to drop down when this stochastic cycle completes. And then it will probably test the red line one more time, and we could see a drop downward after that point. When we look at the one-day chart for KDA, let's just look at that real quick. We do see a rather bullish possible crossover here where the blue line is on top of the orange line, but it might not hold. Now, the MACD is looking good because the blue line is approaching the orange line, and we're also back to the zero line with the histogram here, going from dark red to light, one dark bar, and then light red as we're approaching the zero line. So that could tell us that the red dash line is going to be support. We'll have to wait and see. And then on the 1 week chart, it's looking bearish. So we might have a nice bounce pretty soon, but then overall, we're not in a good position on the 1 week chart as we have a bearish cross right here. But if the blue line can get on top of that orange line, we could be starting for a nice long ride up. So that could mean that we're at the bottom for KDA. Now, Flux has been doing very well at $1.06. I'm still sitting on a decently sized bag of Flux. And if it ever corrects, which it doesn't look like it's going to, I'm going to pick up more. Let's look at KDX sitting at 9.2 cents. And we have not talked about this since we were sitting at the top of this little run. And back here, somebody had commented to me after I had sold my tokens for a profit. I think I sold somewhere in this area here. And I said I wanted to buy back, but then we hit this high point at 20 cents. And in the last update that I gave, I said I'm going to wait until it corrects. And someone said, well, that's just basically stupid because it's never going to come back down. It's going to go straight to 50 cents. Well, that didn't play out well for that comment as we are in the midst of a downtrend. So here we had the dip that stopped here, and then the next high petered out, made a lower high. And then we have a lower low, yet another lower high. And then we stayed in between here with a higher somewhat low, then a lower high, and now we've got a lower low. So I'm expecting this downtrend to continue with the crypto bear market. Now, how far it goes down, I don't know, because we can't get any technical indicators on this chart. And the only thing that I'm going to just watch out for is maybe a consolidation somewhere at this level, which I think that's around 6 cents, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's get a price here at this level. That would be, oh man, it's hard to read this chart. It's given the open of each candle. It's around 7 cents, 7.5. This previous candle is at around 6 cents at the bottom. And then you got to go way back here to get down to your 4 cents level candle, which I don't know if we'll get back to that or not. But this would seem to be a sensible place where we could find a base and then move up from that point. So we'll just have to wait and see if that plays out. And then I'll start to collect my Kaddex tokens. And still wishing I would have jumped in right from the start when it was down less than a cent, but I wasn't so lucky. Now let's move on and look at a couple others. I did buy into the launch deal, this back alley, which is sitting at 1/1000th of a cent with very low volume. But after reading the website, it seems like this has promise. This is a launch pad, the Kadena style launch pad. So this could be like the, what is it, Polka Starter? I can't remember which is the launch pad over on the other side of things with, what was the website that leads into the Polkadot ecosystem with dot, I forgot, starts with a K, but it's the test grounds. But at any rate, it looks like Back Alley is the place where you're going to be launching your projects that are going to operate on the Kadena blockchain. So I'm kind of liking this, and we'll just have to see. I don't know if this is going to be a good play or not, but I got $10 worth. Why not? Got to take a chance on it. And so that might play out. $10 worth of this, I think, cost me what? Maybe it was $20. I think I got like 10 Kadena worth at the time. That was less than $20. And if this plays out, then so be it. It'll be great. But I bought it down here at the bottom, down here in the doldrums when it's lying low. And so if it wakes up and does something, then I'll make massive profits. Now let's move on and talk about the Kish K, which is supposed to be the Shiba type of meme project that is on the Kadena blockchain. And right now it is at 1/1000th of a cent. It exploded. I like the video that Ryan Mata did about this. And he was saying, hey, gamble, throw some money at this. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, no big deal. But if it turns out to be the SHIB of the Kadena blockchain, hey, we could make some good money. Not financial advice, by the way. None of this is financial advice. It's all considered gambling. I'm just talking about what I'm gambling on and giving you the play-by-play action. So let's pull up a candle chart here. And I'm kind of glad that I really waited, because while it was pumping, I didn't think it was ever going to come back. So we had this peak point here, and then we had somewhat of a doji candle here. It's got a little bit of a body, but it's still a doji. And then we had a green moving down from that, but then this big fat red. So here we are at the bottom of it, and it seems that we are in a downtrend. So I am looking to see if I can get a buy somewhere in this range. This box is going to be the box of critical action. And the reason is it represents a support up at the top from the recent action and a resistance from back in the launch, but it also has support down here at the bottom. So if we can touch on this, that's where I start to DCA. And then after that point, this will be my strike zone where I'll start accumulating within this area and then look to just flip. I just want to flip this and make some money and pour it back into Kadena, however you pronounce it. Funky cold Kadena. That's what I was thinking about. I would like to have 1,000 KDA tokens. That's my goal. I've got about 211 right now. Maybe, I can't remember how much flux I have. It's a few hundred, I think. But I'd like to have 1,000 Kadena and 1,000 flux. And then I would also, I'll definitely have 1,000 KDX. I don't think that'll be hard to do. Maybe 5,000 would be more sensible with KDX. All right, so let's clear that out and jump back. One that I'm also interested in is this miners of Kadena. And the one thing I've noticed when you go looking up these projects, there's a lot of people that troll and accuse the developers of being con artists, shillers, dumping coins. They did the same thing with the Kaddex project. There's a lot of people that are downplaying and cutting on the KDL project, the KDS project, which is the other swap site that I like, actually. And I'm going to show you something on there that's kind of interesting. But at any rate, 1.5 cents on miners of Kadena. So I'm doing more research on this, and I probably will grab a small bag of this and play with it because I think it could be something that could leverage me into more KDA. So it's fun that you can swap with no fees and go back and forth and in and out of these projects. And if you're like me and you have a goal of just increasing your KDA bag and your flux bag, this is a great way to do that. Now let's go over to the KDS token and see if we can get some information on here. There's a link in here somewhere where it takes you over to their swap site. Gosh, I don't remember where it is, but I can always just pop open a new window and let's say KDS swap site. Here we go, KD swap. And there was a new feature on here where they've got some charts for the different projects. So if we go to tokens here, let me move this over just a little bit. And then let's say we'll jump to, let's go down here to the Kaddex token and pull up the chart. And then we see we got a nice line graph here, which is kind of cool. And then you also have a volume graph. There was another website that has a bar chart, and I can't remember which project it is, but it does have decent bar charts with some funky colors, but I'll bring that up in the next video. But you might want to check out the KD swap site, and I might even try swapping on this site. But it has all of our projects that are on the Kadena blockchain. There's Kishu Kin, that's the Kish K. And then it has this wrapped USDC that I'm not familiar with. And then we got the Capybara token and Jody Inu. I don't know if those are listed on our KDX website. But at any rate, that is all I've got for now. Let me know if you want regular updates on the Kadena KDX action with the Kaddex swap site and also the KD swap site. And I'll keep them coming. I'll do technical analysis as much as I can. And so please like, comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Pro channel. And post your comments below. Let's chop it up and talk about this action because I'm very excited about everything Kadena. That's all I got for now. This is Carlton, and I am out.